witchy friends, welcome back to another video, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Ella and I make weekly videos on witchcraft, Wicca and paganism. And for today's video I will be showing you what phone apps I like to use in my witchy practice. So I've got my phone here and I will be popping, I suppose, my screen on for you to see here. But these are my favorite apps that I use, not necessarily daily, but very frequently for my practice in witchcraft. Now, apps are a great way for you to, first of all, use witchcraft very discreetly, or practice witchcraft more discreetly. And it is also a great way to kind of incorporate a more modern approach into witchcraft. And considering we live in a more modern time, I think it's only fair to say that we mix and merge the modern with our more ancient reconstructed witchcraft. So the first app I want to show you is Moon. This one is great. I've had this one for years and years at this point. It is the Moon app. Now, I love looking just at the moon phases because I work a lot of times with the moon very closely. For example, full moons, new moons, waxing, waning. So I feel like it's really helpful for me to have the Moon app on my phone. I also have it as a widget so that when I just open my phone, I can right away see what moon phase it is. It's great. It gives you the distance to the moon. Not that you really need that necessarily, but it also gives you what the moon phase is in currently and all sorts of fantastic information that you may need. And I think this one is just a really handy one to have. Definitely use that every single day essentially to just check up on what the moon is doing. Now, my second favorite app is called PictureThis, and it is a plant identifying app as well as giving you information. Now, the trick with this app, and a lot of people don't know this, is when you open it, it gives you that you can do a free trial and then you have to pay. But they are very sneaky. They have the little cross/cancel button right on the top on the right, and you might not be able to see it, but it's there. So if you click that away, you have the free version of it. So it is a free app. All of these apps are free, by the way, except for one. But I use this all the time. I have like an entire portfolio of plants at this point. So whenever we go for walks, I love just quickly snapping a picture of a plant and seeing what it is. Now, I'm not very good yet at herbology and those type of things, though I really want to get better at it. I would really like to get better and more knowledgeable about plants and herbs. So this app is great. I recently found juniper, common juniper, recently locally here, and just gives you pictures as well as, you know, tips and if it is poisonous or not, which I think is very important, how to take care of the plant. But my favorite feature is simply the ability to take a picture of any plant, and this app will like identify it for you. And it's just so handy because, you know, sometimes it's very overwhelming to have to really like read through a book or, you know, figure out what all these plants are, and this app is just, it's a lifesaver. It's great. It can also literally be a lifesaver if you ever find yourself in a situation where you don't know if these berries are poisonous or not. Now, in that same tone, a new app that I just recently discovered is called RockIdentifier. It's like the same idea, but for crystals and minerals. So essentially, when you open the app up, you have the same thing. It gives you like the, you know, pay the yearly fee, and then you can sneakily click that away, and then you get a free version of it. And essentially the idea is the exact same. You can take a picture of your crystal, of your mineral, and it will analyze it for you and say, oh yeah, this is quartz, this is rhodonite, you know, so on and so forth, and it'll give you information about it. And I just love that, you know, because crystals especially, I feel like a lot of people, especially when they are new to crystals, they buy a crystal in the shop, they forget the name or they lose the paper, and then they're like, what crystal is this? So I see so many crystal identifying posts on Facebook, on Reddit, on, you know, Discord and so on and so forth. So I feel like this app is just, it's amazing. So if you need an app to identify your crystals, this one is definitely great. I highly recommend it. Now, another app that I really enjoy is SkyViewLite. Now, this one is an interesting one, and it's just for fun because I'm not very good at astrology, but it is just simply a fun one to have. I feel like very magical when I open it up, and essentially it is an app that you can use and you can point anywhere, and it's like, oh, that is the internal space station, it's pointing that way, or currently what are we doing here, Jupiter's over there. So it's just very cool. We obviously lived in New Zealand for almost a year, where I was born, and it's just very cool to see, like, you know, where everything is, because in New Zealand you can really see the Milky Way very, very strongly, whereas here in Latvia, we moved back to Latvia, obviously the stars are different essentially, like they're the same stars, but you know, you're gonna point at them at a different angle, and it's just really cool and fascinating and fun, and I feel like it's very magical. So that's another app that I really enjoy. Now, one more app, and I know this is a favorite of many, is called TimePassages. Now, TimePassages is going to give you your natal chart, where you can essentially put in your information, your astrological information, and it'll give you it'll give you your natal chart, it'll give you your planets, everything that is going on for you, and it's just a very, very interesting way for you to kind of learn about your astrology. And it can also read other people's charts. So I have, of course, my fiance's chart, so I like to have a look at that every once in a while. Now I believe if you want to add more charts you have to pay, I think, which is not much, it's like 99 cents. So if you want to, you could pay for it, but there's a free version with its, you know, your chart, and obviously you can just update your own chart to be someone else's person if you quickly want to have a look at it. That's what I do. And yeah, I feel like it's just so cool, and astrology is something that I'm not very good at. I have my two best friends, Autumn and Hannah. They're amazing at astrology, so I will link them in the description box, by the way, in case you want to check their content out. But this is a great app for you if you are interested in astrology, would like to learn more, and it's also great because you have a daily horoscope, you know, you see your transits and all that good stuff. So most of these things like solar arc progressions, that doesn't mean anything to me. I'm not that advanced yet. I can tell you your very basic planetary things, like, you know, but that's it. That's all I can tell you. Now, another one I really love, and this one is paid. So this one is called Scribd. Now, Scribd is a similar app to Kindle or Audible, I suppose, and it is a book reading app. Now, what I like about this one, because I've tried Kindle, I've tried, you know, I've tried different versions of online reading apps, let's say. Scribd has, in my opinion, the biggest amount of occult books. It is so many books. It's got both actual, you know, like flip through the pages type of books, and it has audiobooks, and I just love it. I used to never like audiobooks because I was like, not my thing, but then I got into podcasts, and now I kind of see audiobooks like podcasts, and I love it. So if you are looking for a really, really great way to access books for very, very cheap, so I think the monthly payment is like €9 or something like that, which compared to the amount of books that I would have to buy is very cheap. Now, I know not everyone can necessarily afford this. They do have a monthly trial, I believe. So if you want to be sneaky, you could, you know, do that all the time. But, you know, but if you do want to make that kind of investment, because I do think it is an investment, and if you have the accessibility of reading books and stuff and paying for them, then I think this is great. It honestly, it has like so many titles, and I just love like looking through here, and I've got so many books saved, and it's just it's glorious. It is glorious. I've also used this for research for a project. But yeah, this is great. I love it. You can quickly read through things, you can search terms and stuff, so it's just so easy, and I just love it. So I feel like this one is really, really great, especially for beginners. But honestly, it's not just for beginners, because obviously, you know, an advanced witch also needs to continue their reading and their research. So I feel like this one is just really, really great to have. So the last app that I want to talk about with you is called Labyrinthos Tarot Reading. And this one is really, really great. It's so cool, and I love tarot reading. That's one of my main forms of divination, of communicating with my ancestors as well as with my deities. And I'm an animist, so I also believe my tarot cards themselves have a spirit. So this one is just super, super cool. You do need to create an account, but it's very, very quick. And essentially you can do, you know, readings, and you can look at the definitions of the cards. You can have a look at what the cards mean. It does take you through a little bit of a introduction. The animations are super cute, so it's just a really interactive way of learning about the tarot cards. I'm just clicking through them all, but yeah, so you can do today's readings, for example, where I believe it'll give you, yeah, it does. So it gives you a reading that is on your phone. So if you don't have tarot cards yet, for example, this is a really fun way to try it out. Or if you don't have your tarot cards on you, this is an excellent way to do it. I personally still prefer hands-on. I still prefer my actual tarot cards, but you know, you have a learning area where you have all of the tarot meanings, all the suits, and all of that good stuff. And it's just so helpful if you are starting out with learning the tarot, or if you quickly want to look up a meaning, because I mean, it is 78 cards. It does take time to either remember the meanings of the cards or intuitively learn the cards. So I feel like this is just an excellent resource to help you with that. So yeah, those are my favorite apps for my witchcraft practice. Now, if you have any that you would like to suggest, definitely let me know in the comments below, because it definitely helps out other people that are looking for different apps, for example. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to support me, I do have a Patreon as well as a Discord linked to that Patreon. Very, very good option if you want to support me. So that means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I also recently figured out that you can do something similar here on YouTube. So I am looking into doing that. I already have that open, so you can check that out if you want to. But yeah, if you like this video, definitely let me know, leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. And of course, as usual, all my links and socials, as well as all the apps mentioned will be in the description box below. So with that being said, thank you so much, and blessed be. Bye!